This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tehl Tanner.
Another edition of the Lancer Locker on a Monday afternoon. I'm Tehl Tanner in the booth today. Big thanks to everybody who helped put this show on. And especially I got to shout out our own Kurt Dykstra today. Kurt Dykstra brought in Sloppy Joes, so that's why I'm shouting him out. Oh, also it's his birthday. It's his birthday. Kurt Dykstra, our general manager here, it is his birthday, and he brought us treats, which is always nice. Anyway, you see that guy out and about in Yankton, make sure to wish him a happy day. This is KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. Let's go over the Lancer week in review. Here's some of the athletic events and everything that kind of happened over the last week. First off, the Mount Marty Lancers football team lost on the road on Saturday to number 4 Northwestern University. The final score of that game was 52-8. Number 4 Northwestern really ran away with that one. Mount Marty is now 2-3 on the season. Now this week, the Lancers will have their second home game of the season. Yeah, this is going to be their 6th game and only their second home game. 4 of their first 5 were on the road for the Lancers. They survived that road stretch, came out of it with a 2-3 overall record. Now they're going to be home. Only 2 road games left on the season and a whole slate of home games. So that's super nice. They're going to be playing under the lights at Crane Youngworth Field Friday evening. Yeah, that's weird. It's happening, though. The Friday night is actually going to be college football in Yankton, and Saturday will be Bucks football, Yankton High School. That's just so backwards and unnatural to me, but I'm also very excited because it's college football Friday Night Lights edition. I love that. I love everything about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Crane on Friday. Also, the Lancer volleyball team suffered 2 losses over the weekend. The Lancers fell in 3 sets to number 14 Dordt University on Friday and fell in 3 sets to number 7 Northwestern College on Saturday as well. The Mount Marty Lancers are now 6-10 overall, and tomorrow evening they're back in action in the Simple Arena. The Lancers are going to be playing Dakota State University in the Simple Arena at 7 p.m. Also, the Mount Marty Lancer cross-country teams competed in the Briarcliff Invite on Saturday. The Lancer men finished in 4th place and the women finished in 5th. Now for this event, 13 runners combined for 11 season bests, 7 course bests, and 6 personal bests. We love seeing the improvement. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Let's talk about the show upcoming. Next up on the Lancer Locker, we have got Todd Schlimgen, the head coach of Mount Marty Women's Golf here in Yankton. The golf team just completed their season, and it was a good season. So we've got Todd coming in to talk about it. He's also got some pretty cool family news. Some very, very cool family news. That all upcoming after the break. We're also going to be speaking with Joe Erickson, who is the head cheer coach for the Mount Marty Lancers, and we're going to take a look at that football game one more time. We're just going to replay the post-game interview with Coach John Micheletti today, his thoughts post-game after the loss to Northwestern, and look ahead into Dordt. So all of that upcoming on the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we return, at Todd Schlimgen in the booth.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Glenn Zupfer at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
Mount Marty Lancer Athletics on KYNT and KYN-TV, courtesy of Shinerbach. Brewed with rich roasted barley malt and German specialty hops, this lightly hopped American-style dark lager always goes down easy. This football season or any season, tip back a Bach. Paired perfectly with tailgating, porch sitting, washer tossing, dog petting, and literally anything. Shinerbach, available year-round at your favorite place to buy beer.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
Back on the Lancer Locker, I am Tehl Tanner. Todd Schlimgen back talking with me on a Monday. Schlimgen, the head coach of the women's golf program here at Mount Marty University. And you've got some exciting news this week, Todd. You're welcoming another kid. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. We got a 20-month-old, 21-month-old Lyle at home, and we got a baby girl coming this week. So on Wednesday, we got an appointment to hopefully have everything go smoothly, and we should be welcoming a baby girl Wednesday.
That is amazing, a baby girl. Have you picked out names yet? Are you looking at something?
We have Leia Susanna.
Leia Susanna.
Kind of went through a list of them, and I'm a Star Wars fan,
yes.
So that maybe had a little influence on the Leia. And then Susanna, my mom's middle name is Sue, and my wife Katie's mom's middle name is Anna. So we kind of combined those into one.
That is a beautiful name. Congratulations, Todd.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tehl. We're extremely excited.
Yeah, that'll be this week, so I'm looking forward to that. And obviously you are too, but it also comes with some pretty good timing because the women's golf team actually just ended their season this last week at the NWU Invite. A pretty good showing, 2nd of 8, but the timing kind of worked out there for you, didn't it?
Yeah, and that was a little bit intentional, of course, but we hadn't been down in Nebraska Wesleyan in probably a few years, 4 or 5 years at least anyways, and not many times do you get tournaments on Saturday, Sundays where our kids can play and not miss class, so, that was another draw to me to go down to that tournament, and it's fun to play against some different schools, so we ended up, Central College out of Pella, Iowa, ended up winning the tournament. They got a really nice team, but it was nice just to see some different schools down there instead of the same old GPAC teams we see all the time. We do laugh, though, and Concordia's coach is a really good friend of mine, Brett. Of our 9 rounds this year, we played 5 of them with Concordia, so we got to know them really well.
You got to know them really well. That sounds fun. So what is that like when you have another team that you're just battling with? How do you do that as you walk to everything together? Your players are going against each other every hole as well as the rest of the field? How does that work?
Yeah, so usually it's almost always threesomes, even though kind of we'll talk about our spring coming up. That might change. But usually it's threesomes when you're walking. And I say all the time, we're playing the course. If your player on Central's team, for example, gets 4 birdies, it doesn't change how you want to play. If they get 4 double bogeys, it doesn't change how you want to play, So that's tough sometimes in golf when you see the other people, especially usually on 2-day tournaments. The second day you're paired with the teams that have similar scores from you from the first day, so if you can gain ground or lose ground. So sometimes that can be a little bit stressful, but we really try to focus on ourselves, on our scores, and how we want to attack each hole.
I want to shout out a couple of players here. Kelsey Heath, who ended up having the highest individual score for the Lancers at the NW Invite with a 158 2-day total. She was playing well all season long, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's a great golfer, and she's come in. It's her sophomore season, so she's only been here 3 semesters, and she's got, I think, 6 or 10 of our all-time top 20 individual scores. So, she's a great kid, is very determined, puts in a lot of hard work, and just really understands the game. She doesn't outdrive everybody all the time, but she just knows how to score and knows how to play. And like I said, not any thanks to me, but she knows how to score and is just a really, really efficient and effective golfer.
That's super cool. And let's talk 2 other players, Katie Roth and Courtney Heath, 2 of those upperclassmen. Talk about these players and what could have been their last season.
So Courtney's a senior here. She does have a COVID year left of golf eligibility that I think she's considering using, and we would love to have her back, obviously. Courtney's very steady. Shot an 80 at one of the days on Nebraska Western, which was her fall low, not her Mount Marty career low. She's been in the 70s once before. So, a very talented golfer. Again, it's not a super long hitter off the tee, but is always in the fairway and is really good around the green, has really good touch, and again, sounds similar to her sister Kelsey, but knows how to score. She just does a really good job of putting herself in positions to score. Katie is actually going to graduate after 3 years. Katie Roth has been here for 3 years, but is going to graduate with a double major and possibly a third, working on trying to get a history major in there as well. And she's gotten better. She's a kid who I don't think played a ton of golf before she got to Mount Marty, but she has continued to improve. And kids that love the game, I think she enjoys being out there, and hopefully she plays this game for a really long time. That's the best part of golf is, you can play it for a long time, and it's a great way to stay healthy on some levels, but also stay competitive, and it's great for your social life, and, there's just a lot of benefits to golf.
It is certainly the most fun yet frustrating pastime I have found.
Yeah, it can be super frustrating. It does take some patience. It does take some patience for sure. We talk probably more mental stuff than we do, swing technique or anything like that. Most of the college coaching is how to handle mistakes, honestly, and how to handle holes, and just how to, I always say you're not going to hit 80 good shots. You're going to hit some bad shots at some point. How do you respond from those bad shots really is what determines how your round goes.
So this is going to do it for the season. Once again, no GPAC championship this fall for the first time. That'll be this spring. Could you explain the process there?
Yeah, so we used to do 36 holes in the fall and 36 holes in the spring, and then the new proposal that got passed against my vote is now we are 54 holes spring only. So May 1st and 2nd is going to be our GPAC tournament in Spencer, Iowa, at Spencer Golf Club. We're going to do 36 holes the very first day. Right now it is undecided. I'm hoping they give us carts. So that's why I said right now we do threesomes. In tournaments where you use carts, and our men have played in some. We haven't played in any yet this fall. Hopefully this spring we'll get some in. But tournaments where you use carts, typically you do foursomes because there's 2 people on each cart, which makes it a little bit more efficient. But yeah, that 36-hole day is a long day. And again, probably more mental coaching and mental stress than there is physical coaching and physical stress. So 36 holes the first day, 18 holes the second day, and that will determine both the individual and team champion.
Well, Todd, thank you very much for speaking with me today. You had a great season, and I'm looking forward to watching what you can do in this spring.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. I'm fortunate to be part of a really great group. We got a bunch of good kids who work extremely hard, so it was a very fun season.
And once again, congrats on the baby girl coming Wednesday. That's so exciting.
Yes, thank you very much.
This is the Lancer Locker on a KYNT. Let's take a break.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today. Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty, so have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends, and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer.
Quit smoking, and in just 20 minutes, your blood pressure returns to normal. In 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop. In 48 hours, your sense of smell and taste improve. Within 2 weeks, your lungs work better, you heal faster. 9 months means more energy, fewer illnesses. And in 5 years, your risk of heart attack is half of what it is now. Take a deep breath. You can do this. Call the Quit line at 866-STQUITS.
Heartland Humane Society needs your help finding forever homes for over 750 pets in 2022. Pets in the shelter's care are fully vaccinated, microchipped, and always great with people. You can help by volunteering to walk a dog or cuddle a cat, by fostering a pet for just the weekend or long term, by making a donation to cover an animal's care, or by choosing adoption in 2022. To learn more, visit heartlandhumanesociety.net.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Let's keep things rolling here on the Lancer Locker. I am Tehl Tanner. Monday evening, we're here from 5:30 to 6. A big thank you to Coach Schlimgen for coming in and talking with me again. I'm very excited for him, his future with his family, and of course everything going on with Mount Marty University Golf. Let's turn our attention now to the football program. Mount Marty football did suffer a loss to Northwestern College on Saturday, a 52-8 final in that one. We were able to catch up with Coach Micheletti post-game. Steve Toom and I were directly after the broadcast. He came up to speak with us. Let's go ahead and play that interview, get Coach Micheletti's thoughts on this last game.
All righty, we've got John Micheletti up here in the broadcast booth. Coach, you knew this was going to be a tough matchup on the road against a team number 4 in the country, and I think their offense executed very, very well today. They executed well on defense, and their backup quarterback shows that he is a dual threat.
Yeah, the physicality of the guy, especially up front, is one thing that we pointed out all week, and that's one thing that we constantly want to strive to be like. Have a very physical up front. Obviously, you run the ball a little bit better. When you got guys rolling like that. So, tip my cap to those guys. Very good team.
And I guess it's one of those teams that you can say, okay, this is a top-notch football team. Watch how these guys take care of business during the game. And one thing I noticed that both teams were kind of getting a little chippy out there is there was a whole bunch of unsportsmanlike penalties on both sides today. And I don't know what you saw down there on the field compared to what we saw up here, but it seemed like there was some teams, some guys kind of chattering at each other out there, and of course nobody likes to see that.
It probably looked worse than it was. Obviously, you don't want anybody doing unsportsmanlike stuff, but I do know that there's a lot of guys that are close with each other on each side. So I think a lot of it was friendly banter that was going back and forth, and not so much hateful or anything like that. But I would like to see them blow that whistle dead when Ken was down. That was one thing. That's one thing that is out of our control, so you can't really hang your hat too much on that, but it is a big momentum switch for us.
Steve didn't want to say nothing on that one. I did.
Yeah, I think I used interesting, and I wanted to leave it there at that. But, Coach, let's talk about some of the positive things today. The team was able to move the ball. Let's talk about that big touchdown play that went to Trey Hansen.
Yeah, that's a heck of a catch there by Trey. Trey's a gritty receiver, and, he kind of slimed out a touchdown there, just sticking with it there. That ball kind of made its way through all those guys, and, I thought there was quite a few times that we had some shots deep. It's just being able to, have enough time to be able to hit those guys deep on those plays. And that block punt there at the end, I was very proud of that. A freshman stepping up in that situation. I talked to you guys last week or the week before about just the effort on special teams, and it showed a little bit today. I think our punt team did outstanding. They had a tall task today and a lot of reps there today, and they got some pretty good return men as well.
Coach, instant reactions, what's the first thing you're going to be looking at tomorrow in terms of bringing to the team of this is something to work on?
And mainly the demeanor and like how are these guys going to be? And a lot of those guys that I mentioned it right afterwards. I'm like, if you're going to hang your head, we got a quick week. We play on Friday next week, so we don't want to have any hangovers or anything like that. That keep your head down, feeling sorry for yourself, and then more things happen. So we got to make sure that we're able to be able to look back at the game. What do we need to be able to improve on? Where do we need to fix things? And be able to apply that this next week because, like I said, we got a quick turnaround.
You got a quick turnaround. Friday night versus Dort. Let's talk about that game. Friday Night Lights, college football edition at Crane Youngworth Stadium. It's going to be the first time the Lancers ever play under the lights at Crane, and I'm looking forward to that one against a quality opponent. What do you see from Dort?
Dort's, a lot based off of last year. They're going to try to run the ball, and that's what they want to do. And they're going to be very heavy pressure team there on defense. So we got to make sure that we play our brand of football. There's obviously when you're be able to bring a lot of pressures, they lose that second level of defense. So if we can just get a little crease there, usually our run game should be there and be able to spark some bigger plays. And then on our defense for their offense, we have to make sure that we're getting lined up correctly. And our guys really started to settle down there towards the end. I know they actually had their backups in and stuff like that, but we just kept it very simple. Hey, we're taking the thinking out of the game, do stuff, played our base defense, and did very good to finish out. So hopefully that's good confidence rolling into next week. And the best thing is we finally get another home game. So
yeah,
I don't care if it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. As long as we're back home, I'm all for it.
Coach, is there any player that you wanted to point out that really, hey, this guy really had a good game today? We tried to point it out, but maybe you saw something we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Pendleton's had an outstanding season so far. He does a great job. He is our signal caller out there for defense. He gets everybody lined up. We'll make the shifts if need to, or make a check if need to, if we see something by formation. Did an outstanding job. Josiah Gaetani got his first game experience today after pulling his hamstring pretty bad on the second day of practice this fall camp. So it was good to finally see him back and making I think it was our first interception of the season. So I was glad to see that on defense there. And then offensively, I was like to see Hooch be able to still come in there, obviously with Tyree being down. And then Rex Reichen, I thought, did an excellent job blocking today. That's one thing that kind of goes unnoticed, especially from that tight end spot. But he's, in my mind, one of the better tight ends here in this conference, and I want to make sure I still praise him for that.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time today, and we'll talk to you getting ready for that big Friday night game.
Thanks, guys.
That was Coach Micheletti, Steve Toom, and I post-game after the 52-8 loss suffered by Mount Marty to number 4 Northwestern College. This is the Lancer Locker on a Monday afternoon, or evening, I guess now, as we're getting a little later into the day. Let's go ahead and take one more break here on the Lancer Locker. When we return, we're talking cheer squad from Mount Marty. Joe Erickson is in the booth upcoming, the head coach of Mount Marty Cheer. We're talking about that after the break. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sureco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. When you need to be sure, make it Sureco.
What's special about Slumberland is ours is a free service. They get to come into our store. It helps the customer understand how the space is going to work so that they don't feel nervous about their purchase. If you live locally, you can set up an appointment with one of our sales representatives where we can come into your home and help you understand if you want to go shopping in your own home and bring some different pieces in to help them work with maybe the new piece you're looking for.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
It's not too early to start protecting against influenza, and the single most important step is to get your flu shot. Yankton Medical Clinic PC offers the vaccine to all those 6 months and older and is hosting drive-through flu shot clinics with no appointment necessary, Tuesday, October 11th and Wednesday, October 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com/flu for information and registration forms. Keep yourself and those you love healthy this flu season. Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Let's go ahead and finish up the show today with the head cheer coach at Mount Marty, Joe Erickson, the son of the host of the Totally Yanked morning show here on KYNT, Jeff Erickson. Joe, in the booth with me for the first time on the Locker. How you doing on a Monday?
Doing great. How about you? How about you, Tehl?
I am doing good. Your father talks very highly of you every time he gets rolling. I want to tell you, he was going off about you, just talking about how proud he is for the last couple minutes before you walked in. Just how proud he is, and I love that. I thought that was funny.
I think you're kind of pulling my chain here, Tehl.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. That happened, but yeah, it's fun. And now you're at Mount Marty. You've been here for the last 3 seasons as the head cheer coach. What made you want to take that job as the head cheer coach at Mount Marty?
Well, I've been at Mount Marty for 3 years now. The first was, actually, it's kind of a strange story. The first year was a volunteer. Second year, I was the assistant coach. And then shortly before the 3rd season is when I took over as head coach. And this will be my 2nd full season as the head coach.
And so how often do you guys meet? How often do you practice during the week?
Practicing. We're usually together, working together 4 to 5 days a week if you count lifting, if you count practices. Try to connect with everyone at least a couple other times outside of that every week.
And what do you how often do you guys have appearances together? Right now it's home football games, tailgates, things like that, correct?
Yeah, our schedule is highly dependent upon the needs of the university. We are present for all home football games. We will show up to every tailgate. Anytime the university has a parade presence, we will try to be there for those. Any other needs the university has for us, we just try to be there and available for everybody as kind of the face of the university.
And how many do you have on the roster?
This year, our roster size went down a little bit. We're sitting at about 9, and we look to see those numbers trending upwards the next 3 to 4 years.
That'll be nice. So 9 on the roster. Obviously, you have a lot of appearances. I even have a camp upcoming for some local area kids, correct?
Yeah, we don't have a date pushed out for that yet, but we will have a kids cheer and dance clinic coming up this basketball season. Kids will have the opportunity to cheer and dance and learn a little bit more about the Mount Marty Spirit Squads, along with having a little appearance at halftime of a basketball game.
I got one final question for you, Joe. This is one of those sports where I feel like people underestimate the time commitment here. How much time during the week do your athletes kind of have to put in? Because it is really athletics.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like cheer is a very underrepresented, underappreciated sport. You have athletes that are throwing other people into the air, not a ball. And unlike other sports, you can't afford a drop. You can't afford a missed pass. You can't afford an error. If you have an error, people are going to get hurt. With any athletics, though, especially at the college level, whether that's NAIA up to Division I feel like it's nearly impossible to put a true amount of time spent every week, because the time we spend in the gym practicing, in the weight room lifting, or on a tumbling floor, that's just the beginning of it. You got to take into consideration these athletes are studying so they can remain student athletes. They are putting the right things in their body. They're trying to get to bed early. They're trying to get all their studies done. So really, I think it's a 24/7, 365-day commitment from any college athlete, for that matter.
Well, thank you very much for coming to speak with me today, Joe. It's always fun to learn more about the cheer team.
Glad to hear it.
Well, a big thank you to Joe Erickson as well as Todd Schlimgen, both for joining me for the Lancer Locker this week on KYNT. I'm looking forward to this week in Lancer Athletics. We've got a whole lot going on, all starting with tomorrow night. Once again, tomorrow night, Mount Marty Lancer volleyball versus Dakota State University in the Simple Arena at 7. Dakota State's a team receiving votes in the top 25 poll. Very good volleyball will be in the Simple Arena tomorrow evening. And then Friday Night Lights College Football Edition. I'm so looking forward to seeing Mount Marty University play at Crane Youngworth Field under the lights. It's going to be the first night game at home, at least in Mount Marty's history, and we're going to have coverage of that on KYNT. Well, thank you this week. Big shout out to all of my guests today, John Micheletti in post game on Saturday, Todd Schlimgen and Joe Erickson for coming in and speaking with me today. For the Lancer Locker, I'm Tehl Tanner. We'll see you next week.